How long do you think it takes to get good at fighting games? On average, whether it's months, days, maybe even years? And assuming that you're the average person, you maybe play once or twice a week, maybe every now and then you play like, just an average schedule like how I did. You only really play on the weekends, but maybe you play once 1 to 2 hours Monday through Friday sometimes. Assuming like a regular schedule, just the average Joe, you'll play, not every single day, not every single month, but on average, if you were given a schedule, 1 or 2 times to Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 hours, and on the weekend you would go hard every at least one weekend for a whole month. How long
Like
do you think
it.
it would take you?
Years.
No shit. So hello everyone. Today this is following up another video on something I've been wanting to do, but we're talking about how long does it take to get good at fighting games. Feel free to check out this video, one of them examples. And long story short, if you want an answer, it's 1 year. It's 1 year. But what do I mean by getting good? And the funny thing is there's different layers. By getting good is like, how long does it take for me to be competent at the game, right? There's different levels of skill level. And, I'll make a video for that as well. We'll cover it right after this one. Feel free. It'll be in the comments below. But anyways, when I mean good is that like, oh, you understand the game and you're pretty okay, right? Oh, here, example, right? Example right here. Competence. How long does it take to get, like, let's say here, somewhere around here. And why do I give the magic number of a year? Now, if you actually ask Mr. Here, it actually says, oh, 24 hours. And I think he's right. Like, again, check out the video because he goes way more in depth. But like, oh, wait, how do you go from like a year to 24 hours? A big reason is why he says 20 to 24 hours. That level of good that he's saying is basically like, yeah, like you're competent. Like you're at least at medium level. Like good. Like, oh, like, yo, this guy's pretty good. Like you're not pro, but you're good. And the thing is that he even mentions that you are going hard those 24 hours. Like it's split up, and he says it's split up. Let's say even if you could say 2 hours a day, or maybe you go hard, like let's say for 2 to 4 days. I'd say 4 days is more reasonable, right? You play like 8, 6 hours, boom, back to back, but you're going hard. And here's the thing, and most people, you're not gonna go that hard. I'm talking from a realistic standpoint of you taking your sweet goddamn time, because that's how long it was. And the reason I still just feel a bit inaccurate is because it takes time and muscle memory. Is because when I first played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I was completely new to fighting games, but I'm new to games, right? So this can also vary depending what your experience on video games are. If you have some experience with 2D games, it might come more naturally to you. You come from games like COD, it might be a learning curve, but in reality, you do come with a lot of gaming prerequisites that'll make it easier for you, but not perfect. And when I was playing Street Fighter or MVC3, one thing I struggled with a quarter circle or the Hadouken, and that is something that is very relevant in here, which is why I feel like this is completely inaccurate. This is accounting for knowledge, right? And how to apply it. It doesn't count execution. And then I want to combine the two, execution and knowledge. And it takes a bit of trial and error to get into your brain that, oh, this is how you block, right? Or how to learn all your characters' moves. It's a matter of time. But how to use them requires execution, and that's muscle memory. But yeah, getting back to my point is, on average, it takes a person a year to get a hang of the Hadouken. I even found out. And I thought I was just bad. Like, you guys right now, some of you are struggling with quarter circles. Like, man, I'm bad. No, you're actually the average. It takes about a year. I don't remember where I got the number from, but that's how I got my number, because that's how long it took me. Like, I'm just playing casually. Remember I mentioned earlier what the requisites were? Yeah, I played like that, MVC3. After a year, I was like, oh my god, I don't drop Hadoukens. I can do it in combos. Like, I felt very proud of myself, you know? And by that point, I more or less understood how the neutral for MVC3 was. I still wasn't good by any means, but yeah, it takes about a year, because if you put in effort, it takes you a year to actually get everything in place and understand everything that the game has to offer, and it's a lot. And know all the moves for your character, all the moves for the other characters, and how they play against each other. That's the longest part. And then more importantly, being able to do what you want when you want to. That's what good is. That's competent. Like, you're not sitting here at full, full. You can only throw fireballs at full screen, but if you try to do them in a combo, yeah, like people do this all the time. Like, oh yeah, great example. A lot of you playing Street Fighter 5 right now, you go into lab and you're doing these combos. You're struggling. Okay, I got it. Let's say you get it 3 times in a row. Then you go in a real match and you can't land a single fucking one. That's what I mean. It has to become muscle memory, and that comes with time. And that's why I kind of do have beef with this number. To me, I think it's a big exception of execution. Again, feel free to watch it, and he goes into a great. I highly recommend following it. It will help you even with execution, but that just comes with time. That just comes with time, honestly. I'm pretty sure if you go hard and let's say you play a lot, I'd say half a year. It would take you half a year to get the hang of a quarter circle. I mean, I don't know, who knows? And then there's the fact that you're being talented, right? But yeah, long story short, it takes about an hour to get good at fighting games. Or an hour, a year. And I don't mind to make this too long. And we're going to follow another video talking about skill levels. Thank you guys for watching. If you stick around for more content videos, and then go check out my latest video about me talking about Evo's price pool, which is kind of what started this whole discussion piece.